Before I left the house today, I looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Damn, you're beautiful. Thank you. You see, the first time that I remember somebody called me beautiful, I was 8 years old. I was playing dress up with my sister. She was wrapping a towel around my body to form a dress. And she looked at me and she said, oh, you look beautiful. At the moment, my father came into the room, and he got so mad. He grabbed the towel and ripped it away from my body, and he screamed at me, men are not supposed to be beautiful. Men are supposed to be manly. I don't ever want to see you playing these kind of games again. He didn't give me any time to explain to him that the reason why I was playing dress up with my sister is because I had asked my sister to play soccer with me, but she had only agreed to play soccer if I had played dress up with her first. But my father never gave me time to explain, and he never explained me why he was so mad at me. You see, silence was the way that my father and my family dealt with things. A couple of years later, I got really close to my uncle, who was a couple of years older than me. My father never had time for me. So my uncle was the person who taught me how to play marbles, how to play soccer. He taught me how to do everything. He was the oldest brother that I ever wanted to have. Back then, we used to raise bunnies in our house, and my mother used to send me and my uncle to the nearby farms to cut grass to feed the bunnies. So one day, my mother sent me and my uncle to the farm, and we were cutting grass when my uncle asked me a favor. Now, I love my uncle. And when he asked me to pull down my pants, lay down on the grass, face down so he could get on top of me, I let him. I didn't want to ruin the relationship that I had with him because I love him. A couple of days later, my mother sent me and my uncle back to the farm, and we were taking too long. So she sent my sister to see what was going on. What are you guys doing? My sister said as she saw my uncle naked on top of me. She ran back to the house to tell my mother. After that day, my mother didn't let my uncle come close to me anymore. But she never explained me anything. She never told me what was going on. You see, silence was the way that my mother and my family dealt with things. Silence was also the way that I dealt with things because I started to develop a speech impediment. I used to stutter really badly whenever I had to talk to people, and especially at school. So one of the teachers that was fond of me called my parents one day for a teacher's parents conference. Your son needs some kind of therapy, the teacher told my parents. Therapy? Therapy is for crazy people and for rich people that can afford it, my father said as he got up and walked out of the room. The next day, the teacher called me after class, and he told me that he had a friend that was a speech therapist, and he had asked some questions about my condition, and the therapist had said for me to go to my house and talk in front of a mirror. So I nodded, and I did that. But to be honest with you, I only did it for a while because I hated to see my face in the mirror making stupid faces and trying to talk. I hated myself. I got over my stuttering eventually as I got older, but I never went to therapy. In fact, I only went to therapy a couple of years ago when I was going through my second divorce and my fourth and maybe fifth attempt at killing myself. So how are you feeling today? The therapist said with a big smile as she saw me walk into the room. And I don't know about you guys, but when you're feeling like crap and somebody asks you how you're feeling, it kind of makes you feel worse. So I got so mad, I just wanted to throw that shit across the room and get out of there. So I just got up and I told the therapist, therapy is for crazy people and for rich people that can't afford it. And as I started to walk out of the room, before you leave, the therapist told me, look across the room and tell me what you see. And I did that, and I froze because there was a mirror there, and I hated what I saw. I hated myself. It took me many sessions of therapy for me to understand that the sexual abuse that I was a victim of was not my fault. I was just looking for love, and I got taken advantage of. It took me many sessions of therapy to realize that love is not how other people see you or treat you. Love is how you treat and how you see yourself. There is nothing more beautiful than loving yourself. So today, before I left the house, I looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself those words that have become my mantra every day. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. Damn, you are beautiful.